You see it all of the time. Internet ads from mortgage companies that say zero closing costs. Get a mortgage with us and you will pay no closing costs. But there are closing costs associated with every transaction. So how can they do that? Spoiler alert, there's no such thing as free. So let's peel back a layer of the onion and think about it a little bit. Most mortgage transactions require an appraisal, and appraisals are running around $675 these days. Is an appraiser going to work for free? I don't think so. Credit reports, those cost anywhere from $72 to over $100 per report. Are mortgage lenders going to eat those costs on every deal? No, I don't think that they will. And then there's the real estate attorney or title company who has to perform a title search on the property. And oh, by the way, the lender is going to require a title insurance policy on the property, and those aren't cheap. The attorney's not going to work for free. The title company's not going to work for free. Nobody's going to issue a free title insurance policy. And then there's all the other miscellaneous fees. So again, how can a mortgage lender close a deal with zero closing costs? Those expenses that I just referenced, those are out of the lender's control. In fact, the lender only has control over a small fraction of the closing costs. Basically anything that you would see in Section A of a loan estimate, things like underwriting fees, origination charges, points that may be charged for that interest rate. That's it. That's all the lender has control over. So let's talk about those lender fees. Well, everybody is going to charge an underwriting fee. They may call it an origination fee. They may call it a doc fee, application fee, whatever you call it. It's a fixed cost associated with every loan because lenders have expenses. It costs them money to originate loans. They have to pay their underwriters, they have to pay their closers, they have to pay the utility bills for the offices that they work in, etc., etc., and that's where these fees come into play. Now, a lot of lenders will waive their origination fees, but the fee doesn't go away, but rather it gets baked into your interest rate. So instead of paying a 6% interest rate and paying the origination fee, you may get charged a 6 1/8% interest rate and not see that charge appear on the loan estimate, but you're still paying for it in the form of a higher interest rate. It's all a shell game. That's all it is. You move money from one bucket to the next and you can call it whatever you want. It's good for marketing, but it's not really a free loan or no closing costs. And it's not just lender fees that can be absorbed with a higher interest rate. This includes everything that I mentioned before, plus prepaid items for taxes and insurance, the escrow account. Everything can actually be paid by the lender. You're just going to take on a higher rate. So say you needed the lender to pay every penny of your closing costs. In this case, your rate may go from 6% to 6.5%. Yes, you're not paying those closing costs out of pocket up front. You're going to pay them over the life of your loan in the form of higher monthly payments. So what I'm saying is that there's no such thing as a no closing cost loan. It does not exist. It's just fancy marketing. Every lender on the planet has the ability to give you a credit to cover your closing costs in exchange for a higher interest rate. Like anything else, it's all marketing. That's all it is. And I know all of this can be confusing and overwhelming for most people because you only buy a house once every 5 to 9 years. And this is why I record these videos, to try to explain how the industry works so that you can be a more educated consumer.